All right, welcome back. This is another motherfucking artist interview here at Mafia House. I'm Ice, and today we have Sapo with us today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you guys for the invite. Thank you, Ice Mafia. Gracias por la invitación. My name is Sapo, and they know me as Mole Musik
Llegaron
now.
los gallos a tu vecindario.
Well, let's get to know you a little bit. Our interviews are pretty much just that. You know, a lot of times the artists are so busy keeping yourself as an artist, you know, that we forget to show your fans who you really are.
True.
You know, so that's what really these interviews are about. Okay. You just kind of letting your fans and whoever follows you get to know you a little deeper.
Exactly. I feel that.
Cool.
Nice.
So let's get started. I always like to ask and begin my interviews by asking people why or how did you come up with your artist name?
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Good question. So I named it Mole Musik because I thought about mole. Mole, as a Mexican mole, you know, is made up of a lot of ingredients. And not only that, you have to process these ingredients, you know, in order to get that perfection of the that thickness of the mole sauce. Right. So, and flavor as well. So it's the same thing as music. Music involves with a lot of instruments, a lot of ingredients to make up what music is, you know, and as well it has a specific process. You have to process audio and sound and tweak and stuff like that. Kind of like the mole sauce, you know. So it was kind of like a perfect. Me prendió el poquito. I was like, ping, the little light bulb.
Is mole your favorite food?
It's one of my favorite plates, I can say. Very traditional, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the culture, you know what I mean? So mole, I don't eat it every day, obviously, but when I do, it's it's fire. It's always enjoyable. But it's one of my favorite plates for sure.
Okay. So would you say like just because you create music, right? You're a producer?
Sí.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I'm a producer, so that's why, you know, I named it. I thought it was a catchy name. I used to be MWG. Remember that, back in the day? That was Midwest Gambinos. That was a good name too, but that was as a group name. I started off doing music, and that was a long time ago. But originally I started as an artist, and then I developed the production thing. I fell in love with being behind the scenes and doing the, you know, sitting down in front of the computers for hours. I don't know. I guess I found out I had the patience for it, you know, and I went for it.
How long ago was this?
2009, I believe.
Yeah.
2008.
Okay.
Is when I started going at it, and then I didn't go officially professionally I say professionally. We started making money for like a couple years ago, but it was a big long run. Took me about damn good solid 9 years to establish what I have, the little bit that I have now.
Okay.
You know, so it's still progressing. It's still going up. You know, it's still pushing.
How did it start?
So I was still living at my parents' house. I came back 2007, 2008. Came back from Vegas. I had dipped right after that. I couldn't find no job. I couldn't really find myself. So my dad suggested, you know, go to Vegas and see what happens, and, you know, go start working with your uncles and see what I'll see how life hits you. And it did. Life taught me a lot of things when I was over there living in Vegas. I came back very inspired. I came back ready to do something because I saw how cruel life is. I don't know. You'll see people that are coming from nothing and rising and losing everything all by one wrong decision, you know, one moment. And then you see people that don't have nothing and they have something and they blow it on something that
nonsense.
Yeah, something that used to be, you know, a bad habit, you know, in them, and they never let that go. And obviously money beef that, you know what I mean? So I saw a lot of crazy things. So I could say around 2008, 2007 is when it hit me. I came back home to my parents, and it started from there. I got a computer. I bought a piano. My little brother, the one I was telling you about, he was the one that got into started learning the process and programs, looking up the Pro Tools and stuff. And he got me to understand how everything works. And together we started inspiring each other. We took a little class. He went for DJ, for DJing. And then I took a music business class to learn more about the business because I was for real.
Yeah.
Even though I was young and mature and did not know nothing, I knew I wanted to do it. I knew I wanted to do music and I wanted to create it, so I knew it was going to be a process. And while I was doing it, I was learning that, you got to learn about the business aspect.
Yeah.
Not just the artistic. This is one thing, but the artistic is the business perspective of it is a different thing.
Yeah.
So that's when it hit me. And I told my little brother, you know what, let's go to these classes. And we did these classes. It was a good way to start it off because I had that in mind that I had the view of the business perspective of what the music industry is all about,
Okay.
So I grabbed it from there. It started from there, and it hasn't stopped.
What were you doing? What kind of work were you doing in Vegas, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah. So I was doing construction. I got into one of my uncle's job company that he was ran at the moment, and I started doing sheetrocking. It was hell. Hard labor, but a good pay. It was a good pay. At that time, $22 in 2007 was a pretty good pay. Yeah, a pretty good pay. Yeah, I could say. So, I was doing good. I got my apartment. I ended up owning 2 cars at that time. It was pretty good. And then as time went by, I ended up doing drop-down ceiling, installing drop-down ceilings. The ceiling that you see in the base. Yep. And stuff like that. Yeah. Easy, no labor, no nothing. My hands were getting cured from all that sheetrocking and cutting myself with the blades. Oh my God, it was horrible, guys. It was horrible.
So all of that pretty much put you in the path of what else is there?
Yeah. I can say definitely it opened my eyes. It made me more solid, more grounded, and it made me open my eyes to seeing how my life was headed.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it. I had to switch the lane, or more like make a lane.
Like money could be good, but is this really what I want?
Yeah, exactly. And then SimCity, it's not really a ideal place. I mean, for me at that moment, it wasn't an ideal place to make a living or make a life over there, because life is fast over there.
Yeah.
And those type of cities. I'm from Chicago, and I've seen a lot of things in Chicago. You know what I mean? But SimCity, you see how this world just sucks you and spits you back out. Mm. And it's all by choice. I mean, it's all by bad choice, bad thinking and bad decisions. But you have some type of power to change that mindset. You know what I mean? You have habits, you have things that you need to work on. Just do it. Just man up and do it. And I think that showed me the way of what Mole now is, you know what I mean? Maybe more confident, more solid about me, and like I said, it grounded me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say that at what point did it switch up for you? Like you were in Vegas working construction, and then did you just say, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm gonna go back home?
So it was actually a little crazy story, and that's very interesting that you said that. So in the process of me being over there, and I was making good money and I liked it. It was hard work, but I did enjoy it at the time. I learned
enjoying the money. What came with it?
Exactly. And I actually learned a lot too as well. You know what I mean? It was a good profession. It was good to know. You know what I mean? The skill was good to know.
Yeah.
So what changed there was, so we were working in a condominium project, and they had failed the plumbers that were right above us or behind us. Well, no, above us. So we were behind them, sheetrocking the open pipelines and stuff like that. So they had made a pipe, something happened with a pipe, and it was a big leak. So it made us stop, and we stopped for about a whole month of work while they take all that sheetrock out and figure out where was the leak at. Oh my God. So that was horrible. So that stopped my money, and I was getting kind of desperate because my main goal in Vegas was, at that point in my life, was to work and make money. So I was a couple weeks out of work, and I met this guy in the same place, in the same construction site. He was a different company, and he was cool. We met, and then one day he tells me, "Hey, if in case these guys need work, I got a couple work." Since he knew I was from the United States, I guess, and he offered me a driving position to drive to Mexico. Okay. So I was good money, and I took it. he sold cars. He brought cars and fixed them in Vegas, and then took them to his rancho. And then they were already sold. You know, all we needed to do is just drive them there and then collect
Deliver them.
and then wait a week or so till everybody picks up the car and then come back to Vegas. That was the plan. And he told me a price, and we ended up going. We took the drive and everything. While we were waiting for the cars to be fully sold and picked up, he took me to my family in Michoacan, which was like 2 hours away from where he was from. And everything was cool. And then a week passed by or two, and I never heard from him. I got stuck in Mexico. Mind you, I met this guy at work. I didn't know I knew where he lived because the day we picked up the cars in that morning that we left from Vegas to Mexico, but then I know very little about his life. We ended up meeting his wife in Mexico. He had a big ass mansion with dogs, nice dogs, beautiful Rottweilers. I met his kids, but he lived a whole different life in Vegas. He had like 2 lives and stuff. But his wife was there and everything. It was crazy. So he left me with little pay. He didn't end up paying me nothing at the end.
Damn.
It was bogus. It was a crazy story, but to make it shorter, I ended up talking to a family member that made me a loan, and I got back in Chicago. It was a crazy story. I lost everything too. Yeah. That showed me a lot though, that I had to go through that. You know, sometimes you have to go through shit like that. That made me not trust people because that was one of my faults. I trusted people. I trusted everybody that smiled to me. I trusted everybody that handed me something or that offered you something. I was so gullible back when I was young.
Nice to you.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and he offered me what I needed, and I was desperate for money. So I went ahead and opened. Yeah. Yeah. And that story taught me a lot. When I came back more mature, more ready for life. You know, luckily nothing happened over there, but it was a crazy story crossing the border. Since I mentioned he had dogs over there, big dogs. So in the Honda Civic the Accord that I was driving, he had about 4 bags of dog food, the super big ones, the one you buy at Costco or at Sam's. Yep. Yo, this man had 4 bags of dog food in the back of the trunk, and I didn't even know. And I'm crossing the border with a screwdriver in the ignition. Yes. Why? Because that morning before departure in Las Vegas, this man lost the key to the Honda Civic. He went wild. He was up all night looking for it. He couldn't find it. The next morning, he stuck a screwdriver in there and let's go, bro. The story is, I'm your uncle, you're following me, and we're going here. I have all the paperwork for the car, so don't worry. If they stop you, I'm going to come back. Okay, we went. Boy, when we crossed that border, that lady, it was a female that was in the line when it was my turn. Yo, when she saw the screwdriver, she grabbed her gun and she's like, "Is this stolen?" She's like,
"This is
This is 2007 or 2008. Yeah,
that's crazy.
No, man, no way. Yeah, 2007, 2008. I was like, no, not even. How would you? Does it look like I have the face of me going through the border into Mexico with a stolen vehicle? I'm like, no, lady, come on now. He's like, oh, you're from the United States? Like, yeah, I'm from over here. My uncle's that way. He's like, he's bringing these cars back to this town. He's like, he's the owner. He's like, oh, you're not the owner of this? Like, no, he just passed by that red pickup truck. Excuse me. Oh, man, it was a crazy story. She had me on the floor when I was answering these questions. She had me at gunpoint on the floor.
And even after this, you still trusted this man.
Oh, no, yeah, exactly. So, wait. She brought the dogs. The dogs were going wild.
Crazy for the dog food.
Yes.
Oh,
mind you, I did not know. Oh, my God. It was the good bread. It was the good bread. Yes, sir. Them dogs knew what it was in there. Bro, they went wild. And she even sent her, it's like, you have something really good in there because they don't usually do that. You know, they're up on your car like that and they're not listening to my demand. I'm like, and I'm thinking this man got me tricking into like, no, there's no way this guy's passing drugs because drugs coming from the other way.
Because he wouldn't do that.
This man's passing weapons. And I'm thinking that. Oh my God. Dude, it was crazy. Here he comes rushing. I'm on the floor. The dogs are going wild. Open the truck. I don't know how to open it. It's not my vehicle. I don't have the keys. Open it. You got to know how to open it. The latch didn't work of the truck on the little buttons and the Honda Accord. Oh my God. I was super nervous on the floor. I see him running. And I'm like, here's Jesus here trying to save me out of the situation. It's hilarious. It's my uncle and this and that. I misspelled his last name. The lady got me all nervous. Yeah, oh, it's not even your family member. Why are you lying to me? It's insane. Crazy story. But everything got situated. She showed the papers. The dog stopped. They got away. They showed him the food. And she was laughing her ass off, yo. I was rolling. I couldn't believe it. It was a crazy story. Every time I tell that to people, they just go like, "Are you serious? You actually took a car with a screwdriver?"
That's fucking, I can't. Because, I mean, you got to think about it. This is like 2000, early 2000s. Like, stolen vehicles nowadays is like, okay, whatever, you know?
It was crazy. I went through that experience and it was funny. I know it was funny, but boy, you learn. After that, I never saw the guy again. After that.
Never heard from him.
I even went, when I was over there looking for him, I went back to his town and he was already gone. Yeah. I even used his wife's. I went to his house because I ended up meeting his wife. I ended up staying over and he fed me and everything.
That's crazy.
I used her phone to call him and it was already disconnected. He had a different phone. He switched phones like every other week or so.
Have you ever like tried like searching him up on like social media?
One time I looked him up on social media and he had a picture of him and I knew it was him and I requested him. This was like a few years, like maybe 4 or 5 years. I was already in Chicago and I hit him up on Facebook. He never accepted my friend request. I know it was him. It was his page on Facebook. But I never got in touch with him, never. So I lost all my belongings in Vegas. I left all my shit there, man. That shit was crazy. It was crazy.
So pretty much losing all that, having to go through that huge, like period of time, because how long were you stuck in Mexico for?
I think it was 7 months.
Wow.
Yo, I started working and helping my aunt over there. 6 months.
That's
I was over
a long time.
Because I was already, I'm in Mexico. I'm in a house. I have no money. I'm in a house with 7 people.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, after the 3rd day in someone else's house with no money, you start stanking.
Yeah.
You feel me? Regardless of who you are, friend, family, you stank. You know what I'm saying? So
like, what's up?
I was stanking for 6 months, but I started helping my aunt and whatever I can. I went to the hotel where she worked at. She talked to the boss. He's like, hey, he's gonna help me. You could just pay me a little extra, and he's gonna do the help. You don't have to pay him directly. And he was fine with that. He actually paid her a full other employment amount. So
that's awesome.
And then I cut that in half, and I told my aunt, you know what? Since keep that in half, and then you can use that for whatever you need, and then you just hook me up whatever, so I can just get my ticket and get. He's like, yeah, that sounds great, and she did that. She agreed. But yeah, it was funny. Even her, she was laughing. She was like, no, you don't do that out here. You don't. He's like, well, it's a guy from over there, and I was desperate, and I was young. I was like 19 at that time.
Young. So he knew how to talk to you.
Exactly. I was
how to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, tonto. He knew what's up.
Yeah, for sure. Damn. So now you're back in Chicago, and once you're back in Chicago, what happens?
So I'm in Chicago and I start brainstorming. I'm in my pop's house, and then another scene in my life pops out where my dad is seeing me that I didn't. Pretty much in his eyes, I failed. I failed because I came back here at his house with no job, no car, no money, no education, nothing going on in my life, and I'm a full-grown beer. You know what I mean? A full-grown man, and again, I started stanking at my dad's house. It really got to me, but it like I said, that needed to happen in order for me to get a reality check. You know what I mean? So, I got myself a job, 2 jobs. I started hustling. I got into the music, got my equipment. I had my goals set. You know what? Let me get this. I'm gonna start working, saving up. I could hook up my dad with a couple of bucks a month. You know what I mean? So I could keep him happy. I'll tell him, hey, let me crash in the basement. I won't bother nobody, and I could help you with something. So he agreed, and everything was smooth until the moment where I actually got some type of equipment and started making noise in the basement. Damn. And yeah, that was a big damn. He did not like that at all. Pops, man, if you out there listening, está escuchando, man. My respects, because you took a lot, man. And now he's telling me, now he's like, oh, I didn't know it was for real. I didn't know you were doing this for real. It was funny. The other day he called me. The other day he calls me to congratulate me because he seen me on not on TV, he seen me on an interview, and I shared it on Facebook, and he's calling me to congratulate me because I'm talking about La Raza and this and that. Soy orgulloso, and he made me proud. He made me feel. Shout out to my jefe, man. That's a dope ass man. But he was telling me all this and that, you know what I mean? Like, hey, you got to cut that noise out. You can't be rowdy like that. I'm trying to get my peace. I'm an old man, you know, you can't do that to me. So somehow he ended up agreeing and helping me to build because he saw me and my brother were going to school, taking classes. Yeah. He saw that I was buying equipment. He saw that I was having not one, but 2 jobs. He saw that I was giving $300 to $400 a month. You know, and I was helping out with my mother cleaning. I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest out of 5, so I grew with my mom's habits, cleaning, helping her clean. When I was a kid, I was the biggest one that I was the oldest one. So
you're watching everybody, making sure everyone was good.
Doing all the chores and helping her with the little chores with my brothers and sisters. So it was natural to me. So I always got up early and helped my mom, dishes, anything. Throw out the trash, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I walk in my mom's house and I see trash full. I'm the one that's only taking it out, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Because it's just me. It's just nature. Because I know I know she's the one that que le toca, you know what I mean? And I don't, that's my mom's, you know?
Si no lo hacen,
exactly.
Venir a hacer ella.
And I don't want that. So that happened, and my dad didn't like it, regardless of if it was good or bad. But at the end, he agreed to help me build the recording studio in the basement. Yeah. So we framed it, we sheetrocked it, insulated it, put a nice little sliding door, and it hid in between the wall.
It
was nice in the basement, and we pusimos alfombra. We made a little booth with a door, and we took one of the inside windows of the basement because there's double windows. One of those old school houses. So it was a square window that had ganchitos, and then another one from the inside that had the hinges. We took one up and we put it on the wall as a window in the booth. Like, remember that Endo? Oh man, shout out to my guy Endo, man. He can't tell him, man.
Endo's been around that long?
Yeah, oh no, man. Endo, man. My guy Endo, man. I know him for. I moved from Chicago to Waukegan in the 99, and I met him in the 2001, 2002, around there, yeah. And I met him, and then he actually went to school with my brother Chino. He's my brother's age, the other one that's after me.
Okay.
So he went to school with him, and he knew him first.
Okay.
And then he met me, and then he knew that I was his brother, so we automatically became cool. And then I ended up meeting, I already knew his cousins. They were cool peeps from me, so I it was a go from there. Yeah, Endo's been my G for a while, man. As a matter of fact, when I started it with Endo.
Damn.
A lot of people get surprised when I tell them. Yeah, they get surprised. I started this with Endo in 2008, 2009.
So you guys start up. Have you always been a producer?
So when we started up, we started doing music. We started writing music, and technically speaking, we were the producers at the point. We were learning with the little bit of equipment that I had. At that point, I already had a Beast computer. It was built for audio and music production. I bought it from Sweetwaters.com. If you didn't know Sweetwaters, we're not sponsored, but Sweetwaters.com, they're G's, man. They have the right equipment for the right people. So, if you got some bucks and you're ready to get some equipment, go to Sweetwaters for sure. But anyways, I got a nice computer from there, and we started going Pro Tools, a nice little keyboard, and we started playing around and got a nice little mic, and we hit record. And it hasn't stopped ever since. He's been right next to everything that I've done with the music ever since I started till now. We did, when I got married, I kind of stopped, and I stopped for a while. So we kind of departed. He kept doing his own thing though with other people. We were just not talking and communicating that much, and obviously not working together. But somehow we ended up calling back each other and clicking back up. He was already starting to get to know Kultura Urbana at the moment, and I came in, and that's when they introduced me, and we started working with the Kultura Urbana.
That's how you came into Kultura Urbana.
Yeah, and that's how I came into Kultura Urbana.
Okay.
But it's been about 3 years, right? About 3 years with Kultura Urbana. Yeah. in the Proyectores.
How's that going?
It's going badass. I like it because every year it seems like the movement has been getting bigger, and not only that, we've been meeting up with some cool people. Obviously, I know I met her from, when was it?
I don't even know.
I think a year ago I seen you at an event, and then I was told you were doing this with the mafia. What is it? I'm sorry. ¿Cómo se llama? 100 Mafia.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, they're doing what we do. That's dope. You know what I mean? So, I had to show support, and it's always that, you know what I mean?
Lately, I've been meeting a lot of people that rock on their own, and they're their own little group, but they say, we need to put Chicago on the map.
Of course.
And I've been meeting more and more and more of that people.
Yeah.
And it's just exciting because it's like, yo, we really do. Like, we're right there,
That's dope.
And it's just crazy because, like, everybody that I've interviewed is like, yo, we have to.
Yeah.
And everyone's right there at that step where it's like, all right, so what the fuck is everyone doing?
It only makes sense, when you know that much a group of people that are involved in the same, thing that you do in the same type of work field. And it makes just sense, I mean, same thing with these guys, it just felt natural. When they got together, it wasn't planned. It happened, it was just obvious. Everybody had a role. Everybody knew how to do something, and it created this little circle.
How would you explain for everyone? Because not everyone knows what you guys have going on. Like, how would you explain?
So, Cultura Urbana is a movement that it's based on music, the culture, and servicing the community. So that's the main grounds of Cultura Urbana, what make up Cultura Urbana.
Yeah, because we had an artist talking about Cultura Urbana just last week. So,
shout out to him.
Shout out to Mami Zaddy. She was talking about Kultura Urbana,
Love it. That's a big supporter, man. I love her, man. She's also, shout out to her and what she's doing. She got great music, got a good thing going on. But yeah, man, for sure, Cultura Urbana is there for these type of artists that are willing to show coming in and willing to give a show, and as well coming in and bringing a donation for them to show the service and support for our community. We work with a lot of nonprofit organizations. One of them is Centro Romero. We work with them. We've been working with them for a couple of years now, and they've been amazing with us. They actually gave us a recognition was a couple months ago. They recognized us for being a group of people that are very hardworking and inspiring, and as well as talented. We try to service our community with what we got, with the tools, a little bit of tools that we got. So this is our way to get back at our community, especially now with all the immigrants and the people that are coming in to
it's crazy.
They need a lot of attention, and it's both ways, you know what I mean? But we're here to help, we're here to extend the hand. With the little bit that we got, the little bit of stuff that we can hand out and help is always there. So it's based on that, it's based on those morals. We get together 4 events a year, and we throw these shows, and we try to get the best out of them, out of the artists and as well as the people that are involved in it. Not too long ago too, as well, in the winter, and actually a year ago now. We have a bag. They brought us a bag from Centro Romero, the nonprofit organization that we work with. They brought us a bag full of cards, Christmas cards, letters written by kids.
Crazy.
Oh, man. We were sitting down in the room at Flowbox. I shit you not.
Crazy.
Everybody in that room
crying,
tears in their face.
Crying.
Some of us were trying to hold them. I knew someone was trying to hold them, but it was so solid. It was so emotional, heartwarming to know that these kids, that we're the little of help that we're giving, it's making a difference in these kids' lives. Like, parents thanking us like, wow, we got brand new warming clothes. I haven't worn a jacket. I've been here for months and I haven't worn a jacket. Thank you. I've been wearing a sweater. You feel me? That's touching. That's if that don't get to you crying, if that don't break you tears, I don't know, man. You're not human.
Yeah.
'Cause, that is the most beautiful thing in life.
Yeah.
And that's what we're all about, man.
You forget that you're a piece of shit for a couple of seconds,
exactly. We're actually doing
No, for real though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's working. It's, that's the plan,
Yeah.
And everybody loves it, man. Everybody loves it. And this is why I do it, because I know I'm making a difference, 9-8 people in the group, it's, you don't have to have an army to, you don't have to have an army to run the world, you know what I mean? All you got to do is just find yourself a couple of bad motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
And
cheers to that one.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Yeah.
And do it, man. You take over anything, that's all you need. Just 9 couple of motherfuckers that have the same type of heart, the same goals, the same ganas, the same, thrive that you want to establish in order to, get what you want out of life, and then be able to help others with what you get. Because at the end of the day, what good is it to have everything in life or a little bit of success that comes with obviously some money? What is it good enough if you're not helping other people but yourself?
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to help yourself in order to help others. Obviously, we know that. But there's a lot of people with a lot of money in this world. And they sure do just keep it, store it. They do not do nothing with it. I mean, they don't even touch it. They're making so much money on the side that it's ridiculous.
They don't even see it.
And it's ridiculous. They know that people are in this world. We're living in this world right now where there's people that don't have no clean water, yo. That is sad. That is sad. You feel me? And then you got these billionaires. Nah, man. Nah. You got Bill Gates right now, man. I don't know how political you get in this show, but we got Bill Gates now. Don't censor us. Then we got Bill Gates right now buying fucking land all over the United States with water rights, man. Get out of here, man.
No, yeah.
This is sad, man. But, we're here to make a difference, and we're here to show that you don't have to have an army to control and make a difference, you know what I mean? And that's the main goal, is to wake up people and send out a good message, Do something good with it, you know what I mean? A lot of people have good following and good, what is it called? They have good, they have the ability to get to people, but sometimes I see that they don't use it in a good way. Not necessarily that they're doing it in a bad way, but it's just being positive, more positive, you know what I mean? And I think we should be able to, us as artists and as people that are, that show our faces every day and inspire other people, I think we should keep that in mind, you know what I mean? Always try to send that one touch of positive, energy out there in order for people to get that message, It's important.
What keeps your, that motivation going? Just...
To keep going with this, I don't know. I think about my parents. I think about my family. They come first. I think about myself, in that position already. So that just thinking about me being where I want to be, it makes me feel good. So that feels so real that I know that I must have, I must keep fighting for it. I can't quit now, I'm in it too far, I can't stop, I have to know. I saw the cake already. I just have to know what it tastes like.
You've made it this far now. What are the goals? What do you see the vision as?
So right now, with the Kultura Urbana, we're trying to grow it and keep going and adding new elements to it in order for us to make it more entertaining and more family environments. But definitely with the music, with the Mole production and stuff like that, definitely keep growing, keep pushing it. Right now, my main goals are try to get my music into licensing. So I'm trying to aim it more at that. Looking at more, I have a little bit of YouTubers that have licensed, that have leased my license right now. And I love that aspect of the music because it's everywhere. Music is everywhere, you know what I mean? So And that's how you make money in this world with the music. You license the agreement, the usage for the beat or for the instrument. So that's my number one goal right now. Get on these platforms to sync licensing in order to get that 30 seconds of that music piece in somewhere, you know what I mean? Podcasting as well. That's very famous right now, especially in this era. Everybody has and I love it too. I love the fact where somebody could just be like, you know what, I'm going to do this and do that and talk about what happens. Exactly. I love it. Man,
the weather, the channel, powerful. The show.
It's very powerful.
You know,
I love it. So I get inspired when people do that, you know what I mean? And that's pretty dope. When I found out you were doing it, I actually found out because they were making you this table. Which, by the way, Frankie, man, you snap on the table, bro. So sexy. This is like high class Frankie Flowers edition. This is like unreleased.
Anything. This is custom made only for me.
Guys, there's no group here. Look, this man is a beast.
Yeah.
God mode. Yeah. Look at the type of wood, dude. I don't even know what type of wood these are, but I know they're different types of wood, but they're awesome.
Yep.
But anyways, yeah, man, I mean, stuff like that, you know what I mean? Networking with more people as well. I love the fact that this job, I can network with a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
And I get to choose who you really want to work seriously. And
I like that about
I love it. And at the same time, you learn from each other, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You touch bases with people that are, you know, feel that you are more grounded in the business perspective.
You're more personal.
Yeah, Simone, definitely.
You know, like that's really it. Like, you know, like you choose who you want to work with, and you go about it, you know, but you only choose because you vibe with them, you know, because you actually can talk to them, you can understand them. Because as an artist, you gotta be real. It's hard to work with people. Mm-hmm. It's hard.
Tell me about it. I mean,
it's hard. It's hard to get people to sync under the same radar, you know?
And that's one of the things that it's always going to be around in this music business. And you have to always kind of try to deal with it and work around with it. You have two choices, either not mess with it at all or try to work with it around it. Because in the business world, you can't get emotional. You cannot get, you have to, it's a business.
You just have to explain yourself.
You have to be logical. You have to be very explainable. And if it's needed, you have to be transparent.
Very vocal, though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know,
you have to,
but not emotional.
No, right? Exactly.
Not emotional.
Business is business. Yeah. A lot of people confuse when there's friendship. A lot of people put the friendship before and
like
exactly. No. So it breaks off the morals of what's actually supposed to happen with it. You know, with the purpose of the union or the business situation.
Yep.
But I always try to meet these type of people that, you know, they inspire me. You're one of them. You know, he's as well as one of them. I mean, and people that are always trying to do best at what they do and do it, you know what I mean, and end up getting a solid result. That's awesome. You know what I mean? You see the effort and you see the work ethic in it. So I love it. I love meeting with new people and networking with people like that. But also the business is shady. The business has a shady side, fortunately. Yeah. You can get to meet people that will literally just steal your ideas, steal your artwork and every aspect of the world. And there's nothing, you know, the thing is, there's nothing you can do about it if it's not out there yet. You know what I mean?
You know, that's the thing though, like about artists and all of that, you know, that's where we go into who do you trust?
Yeah.
You know, like that's kind of like if someone steals your idea, it's maybe because you talked about it too long.
Yeah, that's true.
Too much to the wrong people.
Yeah, exactly. Or you expressed it out in the social media.
You know what I mean? So it's like your ideas as an artist, I feel like we need to keep those.
It hasn't happened to me yet, but I've seen it happen to other people, and I've seen it personally. How grimy can people be in this business? Sure. Is to their best of their interest, regardless of who they're walking across, you know what I mean? So you gotta learn the business side a lot. You have to, if you're in the music business as an artist or a producer, videographer, etc., you really have to know the business side to it, everything, because that's how you that's how you ensure you have insurance of your success. You know what I mean? You're more solid. You take care of yourself. you're with legally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you don't have no issues. You know what I mean? You don't want to go to court and have to settle with something that's, you know what I mean, that's gonna cost you more time than money.
Yep.
So it's needed. You need to definitely learn about the music business for sure, as much as you can. And it's very easy these days. You know what I mean? Obviously, well, since 2004 or something.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, YouTube is a powerful tool, man. The internet is a powerful tool, and if it's used wisely, you teach yourself everything, you know? So, and that's where I learned a lot of my stuff, too, a lot of my craft. I always looked up, how do you do this? How do you do that? Oh, can I do this?
Yep.
Can I do that? Can I use a broken fucking laptop and connect this? You know what I'm saying? So siempre, I always be so curious like that when it came to the music thing or whatever I liked, and, you know, my interest. But, yeah, I mean, I set my goals and I try to accomplish them as I go, and then I get higher standards. I get my standards are higher as I go. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know you feel me on this. Like saying, I can't express myself. I can't find the right words to say this, but as I go in this business and as I learn more, your standards are higher.
Of course.
As
You
a person,
learn more.
Yes, as a
You
person,
learn more.
and exactly, you learn more. You make yourself more wiser, as well as you know the worth of your knowledge and the worth of your craft.
Your time.
And sometimes, yeah, exactly, your time. It's a lot of investment in time. Yeah,
like, man.
And most of the time, I've seen people that don't have all that, but they have one main key thing. The connections. They know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Bro, I see some people that make money. And there's people out there, I'm not going to mention on this, but y'all know who it is in the mainstream. There's people out there that call themselves DJs and they have not touched one keyboard in their life. And they making money off music royalties. That's a pimp. That's a pimp. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in a I'll give props to that man. And that my friend, is the result. Yeah. This is an example. That is an perfect result of why you should learn the music business. Yeah. That is him learning the music business to the 10th power. Yeah. He don't have to do none of that. Oh, none of that equipment, not even have a studio. He knows the right person, who to sell it, who to buy, who to get an artist collab. And make up a whole album. And touring in the next...
And she didn't even meet them.
And touring in the next 6 months. Oh, you need a band? I got you. I got guys coming in from Arkansas. With an orchestra band. Oh, you need music with violins?
That's all I'm trying to get.
You need music with violins? I know somebody from church when my wife and I go to church. Boo, boo, boo. They got violins. I'm getting them in the studio. Hey, that's my man right there. And that's all business. That's because he learned the business to the fullest. And he used it to his advantage. And that, my friend, is a good example why you should learn the music business. Yeah. It's important. Whatever you do, production, podcasting, DJing, video production, you know what I mean? Everything is a business, you know? It's a service that's needed, and it's a service now. More than now, it's getting very popular. Oh, for sure. Everybody's doing it, and I love the fact that everybody's got their own signature to it. You know, their own cake, their own spice. I love it.
Everyone's trying to do it their own way.
Yeah. And then learning and growing as well. Yeah. I love it. I love that.
Personally, I love watching, like, same thing, you know, trying to learn from other people because that's the best way to do it, you know, learn from each other, you know? Right. So I try to search up, you know, you know, I search up and I get, you know, different options, whatever. And as I'm looking, I'm like, oh, this person's doing this, like, let me try it out. Yeah. You know, or, oh, this other person does this, let's try that out. And it actually works out.
Nice. You know, you get inspiration it comes in many different ways, you know, inspiration. And that's why a lot of people have fans, you know, that's why you become a fan of something because you get inspired or you relate, not only relate, but you get inspired from that person and do something, you know what I mean? You know, to think different about, wait, maybe I have some interest in that. Wait, hold on. Maybe I can do something my way, you know? And then you start thinking and brainstorming.
What would you say as an artist, like what keeps you inspired? Like, what makes you like when you're about to like just go ham on like a keyboard? Like,
definitely. There was this kid that I used to follow. He's big. He's not big, but he's not on social media like that right now because he's under contract. I forget his name. He's from Europe. But I used to watch this guy's videos, and he was 13 years old, 12 years old. And now he's like 28, 29.
Gee,
That guy's in a yacht in the middle of the sea.
Shout out.
Making beats.
That's awesome.
That guy's living it right now.
That's crazy.
When I saw that, I said, hold up. Every time,
That's awesome.
so I paint that picture, right? So every time I sit and I get stressed and I get overwhelmed with work, with life, with anything,
Just whatever.
I think of that video, and I sometimes even pull it up. It gets me going. I say, you know what? F this. You know what I mean? F what I'm feeling. F what look at this.
I can be in there. Yeah.
This guy was 13 years old. Get out of here. He's in the sea in the middle of a yacht, in a $1.5 million yacht.
Yo.
His parents are out there in a castle style house living in the middle of Europe. I forget where exactly he's from.
Damn, that's how.
But the guy speaks Spanish too. He's very smart, very talented. He's actually the guy. Oh, you know who he is? I don't know his name, but you guys can look him up. He's actually the guy that made the Panda beat.
Oh.
Yeah, that made the Panda beat. Yeah. And then obviously it got sold to the record label, you know what I mean? And, you know, Kanye did his thing. He made that, and I mean, yeah. And it got bought off of YouTube, off his account. That's crazy. And look at him now, shining.
That's crazy.
Like a panda.
That's why he's in the middle of the sea. You know what I mean?
Boy. So that keeps me going. I paint that picture every time in my head.
And you're like, my dreams are not so crazy. What are your dreams? Like, where do you see yourself?
Oh, man. I got big dreams, man. Obviously, I want to probably in the future move out, you know, be able to move out in the future with this, if this keeps going and God, you know, God allows it to, you know, obviously, but this keeps going, for sure, get this perfect situated where I could just 100% live off this and continue building, investing. But I would like to live somewhere out in the wilderness, honestly. That's my big.
That's awesome.
Have a house in the forest or something and just live out there with nature. Where I can walk outside with chanclas and just step on grass or chunks of wood and be grounded, honestly.
Are you a person that normally like would walk on grass just trying to like ground yourself?
In the summer, yeah. In the summer, that was a thing when I used to live alone. Back in the day, cuando era soltero, I used to do that a lot, as a matter of fact. I stopped doing it. Well, because first we moved and it was different. So I did that a lot. I used to walk out on the little patio and there was a little parche of grass. I used to always stand there and drink my coffee in the morning. I used to love it because in that spot, the sun used to hit there.
That's crazy.
Oh,
so you were grounding and getting your sunlight at the same time.
I used to take off my chanclas and go like this because my feet were itchy and I used to love it. I was like, yeah. But the grass was so hard.
That was that energy magnetic field activation.
I forgot who used to say, oh, that's nasty.
Damn.
Like, what you mean? You're enjoying myself. You hate. I forgot. Who was there at that moment.
You didn't even know it.
Man. Yeah, exactly.
You didn't even know it.
Love it. And that reminds me of my mother when doing that with the grass and getting grounded, because that reminds me of when my mom used to take us to the lake in Chicago when we were little and play in the sand. And she said that by us being playing in the sand, it allowed us to be some type of health benefit to the feet or to your immune system or something, and as well as to your legs.
Yep.
It made them stronger or something. But and I do have strong legs. I have strong legs, and I think we all do have strong legs. I have a sister that's a twin with my brother, and she got some unas patas. Bro, she's tall too. So, you know, hey, she grew around 4 guys, so she had a big tall. Shout out to Chawa, man. I love Chawa, man. She's so cool. She's in Mexico right now in Durango.
She had to deal with y'all.
Shout out to the people from Durango, yo. That's where I'm from. My parents are from Durango. Okay. Well, my dad's from Durango and my mother's from Michoacan.
Okay.
But the thing that reminded me of that was
that's
That's a crazy mix, right?
things.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I've been to both, and obviously I went back a couple of times.
¿Cuál es más?
Yeah. ¿Más que me guste o
Ajá.
más? Ok, que me
Well,
gusta
¿cuál te
más.
gusta más?
Yo creo que diría que me gustaría más, un poquito más Durango.
¿Por qué?
Lo más.
Yo nunca he ido a ninguno, pero ok, ¿por qué Durango?
I think Durango me gusta más because I think it feels more free. Se siente más libre in the aspect of the cerro, es desierto.
Okay.
So you're out in the middle of the desert doing whatever you want. You
Okay.
can camp out.
Okay.
In Michoacán, you can do that in Michoacán, but there's spots where it's kind of tricky because you don't know if someone owns that land.
Okay.
It might look wild, but someone may have that land may have an owner, and you don't want to get in problems depending on what type of owner,
Right.
if you know what I mean. But we're in Mexico, so it's a wild, wild west, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't want to be that risky, you know what I mean? So
Be too gullible out
we
there,
have done
you
it too.
know?
We have camped in Michoacán, but there's spots like Los Azufres. Oh man, if you haven't been to Los Azufres in Michoacán or any spot in Mexico, you have to hit it if you're around. Definitely a must. Very healthy too. So Los Azufres is water that comes out from the ground naturally,
Oh, damn.
and it comes out heated, hot.
So is that the one that steams up, right?
and
Yeah,
it stinks like sore, like it's things like egg, like cuando hierves, when you overheat, when you overboiled eggs.
Damn.
That's the best explanation.
Los huevos.
Yeah, that's the best explanation I can get. But it's sulfur. It smells like sulfur. It's sulfur, pretty much. But it's healthy as hell. But that's in las bañeras. But in las bañeras, obviously, it's clean water.
Okay.
The stuff on the ground is out of the ground heating the water.
Damn.
So that's why they call it bañeras, because they have pools on top of the
Okay.
heated stuff.
Damn,
So,
that's nice.
oh man, it's just that you just gotta
That sounds
be with the smell. But
it's so cold right now.
it's so relaxing. Oh man,
That would
Yeah.
sound so nice.
Oh yeah, definitely. That will sound so relaxing, man. That does sound relaxing. But Michoacán, shout out to Michoacán. It's not that I don't enjoy it. I love it. I love it. It's just that in the aspect of
You're more of the person that likes that freedom, you know, that okay.
I almost got bit by l'alacrán too when I was.
I did when I was little.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
shit.
heard it hurt. I heard
Yeah. I mean, I was little, but I remember I was crying. Everything hurts when you're little.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I was in the hospital for
Poison, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
poison. Damn. Good thing they took you to the hospital.
up until today. I have a mark. Like I have se ve como un lunar.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I almost got bitten by one.
Yeah.
I stand up on time. Me paré a tiempo y le brincó. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Got me in my butt. I'm like, crying. Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. And over there, they're wild, so they're poisoning.
So wild.
The people actually that catch them and do belts with them and do artisanal, ¿cómo se dice? Arte artesanal. They sell them for a good price of money. They make a good living out of it. I met this couple about 50 in their 50s.
Yeah.
And when I saw their house, I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is your house?
This is you.
Yo, but this is better than the one I live in. Yo, this is what?
Yeah.
They said they've been doing it for about 6-7 years. And the thing that it's a market where, so it's por temporadas. So in the winter, obviously it goes down. But that's when they go crazy. They go crazy. A lot of people don't buy in the winter. They buy it more in the spring because they sell a lot in the summer. Or they're exporting it. So in the winter, they're just stacking up.
They're collecting.
Exactly. They go hard, boy. They pay people out in the fields to go out in the desert to go and get these hot spots. Yeah, for
get them
alacranes.
out
So it's a
big.
big. It becomes a big business because there's a demand right after that winter. There's a big ass demand.
Crazy.
Yeah. So they have a company without having a company.
Of course.
And they live off that. Like they have about 30 people that work with them. And when they need them, they're there. And when they're not, they're out there working themselves. And they have trucks. And they have the processing thing where they lo secan. It's pretty interesting. I met actually a guy in the rancho like that. It's pretty dope. Shout out to what's his name? I'm bad with names. Eduardo. Shout out to Eduardo and his family. Blessings. But yeah, it's pretty dope, man. Michoacán has exciting parts. Michoacan is very diverse. There's a lot of people from El DF. There's a lot of people from down south, and there's some from up north. So that's one of the things that I like about Michoacan. I love it.
The mixture.
Yeah, the mixture is diversity. I have a lot of cousins over there too, so it's pretty fun. We go out to the discotecas. Oh man, go out there in cumbia. I'm a big ass cumbia lover.
Yep.
I love it, man. My primas know it. Mis primos. Every time I go, hey man, hay antro, hay baile en el antro. Let's go. Where we're driving. We gotta drive. It's 5 minutes away.
How crazy do the parties get over there?
Oh man, what? I have a crazy story. In 2011, 2011, I went to Mexico, yeah. And there was this big concert of cumbia DJs and stuff like that. It got wild. There was people from Tijuana that were organizing the events. And I'm sorry to say, but they were dirty as hell, selling drugs. There was prostitutions. I'm not going to mention no names, no sonideros, but there were big sonideros over there from Mexico, worldwide. And if y'all sonidero head, you guys know the big ones. They were all there, and they were all getting serviced, and it was crazy. I mean, not specifically them, but the different crowds, the people that were there, selling all kinds of drugs. And then not only that, it got so obvious and nasty, out of control, that the people were overdosing of.
Shut up.
Oh, bogus ass shit. You know what I mean? Hey, I hope the wrong people won't come and visit and knock on my door. But yo, that shit was bogus. I saw that. I was like, nah, that can't be. People passing out, like right next to you, because you're consuming the shit that they're selling in there, making money. And it was all the people from Tijuana. It was all the people that were organizers, and they're pushers. You know what I mean? They're people that get involved because they own whatever they say they own. Yep. But it's sad that it happens that way, but they got crazy. And I witnessed it. It's insane. I had fun at some point, but after that, I had to get out. I said, no, this is too much for me, yo. No place for me. I'm dipping. But yeah, it got wild. And that was in the 2011, I remember. But yeah. Well, Mexico, I haven't got back to Mexico.
You kind of stayed away from there.
No, sí, serio, la neta, no, it's too much. I love it though. Where my sister's from, where my sister's at, living there right now, is pretty dope. It's La Ciudad de Durango. There's metropolitan, there's a lot of activity going on. But she lives right next to all the noise and activity, you know, in a little community, away from all that noise. But the city's right there, like 5-10 minutes away from her.
So as of right now, what's the main focus for you? Like in the music.
So right now, I would say to create my brand more, beef up my brand more, get my brand out more, recognized, get it to be more recognizable. Obviously it starts from the brand, you know what I mean? Either if you're an artist, obviously your brand is your face, your image, your dress code, the way you dress, the way you even talk, you know what I mean?
Yourself.
Exactly.
Yep.
So as a producer, I would say definitely my brand. That's one of my main focus right now, is to beef up my brand, get it out there, produce a lot of wear with my brand, and get a thing going, you know what I mean, for the wear. And if a lot of people out there like me and like in the business, in the music business, if you're an artist, you need a brand for sure. You need to get out there and brand yourself nice, make it catchy, And I got told the simplest, the better.
Yeah.
The harder it hit. So I kept my logo like that. I kept my brand the simple, but with a nice hit of color, so it could be nice to the eye, catching to the eye, and appealing. But yeah, definitely, it's a lot of work with the branding, but it's possible. I mean, you have to just learn a little bit, and if you're not doing it yourself, obviously work with the right person that that has that experience, obviously. And there's a lot of people out there that you can get in touch. You know what I mean? I know when I was in the music business, I needed mastering because I didn't know how to master at that point. So I looked for professional help, and I hired people on the internet to master my work, and it worked for me, and as well I learned from them. So it was a good experience. Doing that helped me a lot too as well. But that's my main focus, my brand right now. Trying to expand it, and I have a lot of collaborations right now.
Okay.
that I would love to kick in, but I have to wait. It's the end of the year
Yeah.
with the holidays, so it won't even come close probably till like February. But for sure, I'm ready to rock and roll.
That's awesome.
And one of my other goals too, right now at the moment, is to support one of my brothers. I mentioned to one of my young brothers. He has a thing with the crypto and the NFTs. So he's very involved in that. He has a team and it works with these people around the world. And what he does is very interesting. This man created a story. It started off of a story from El Patron in La Hacienda.
Okay.
And there were these NFTs characters, these drawings. And then it kind of blew from there. It just blew up. Now he's doing the Gallos, the Rooster Cartel.
Okay.
Selling. He's got a website where he mints. So you go in there and you mint a gallo, a rooster, and it generates a gallo with a skin and a unique color, and you buy it, and it's 1 out of 1, and it creates value, and then you get to sell it in the market. The coin that they're using is H-bar. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's right now it's like at $1 something. But it's if you look at the coin itself, it's a very unique crypto because there's a lot of big companies that are involved in the council that are built this network. It's pretty dope. It kind of works like blockchain, but it's not. It's more of a gossip system, like a spider web. It's insane. It's a lot. When my brother used to tell me about it, it was like him speaking Chinese to me, yo.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, what you
But
say?
now you understand.
I understand a little bit of it, and I'm learning as I go.
Yeah.
But so he's got a whole role with the Roosters. He's got a video game he's about to release. He hasn't released it because he's still working and learning more of the perfection of it. But he's working with people that are helping him and have the resources to be able to do all this. So shout out to Maui, man, H-Bar Amigos and Rooster Cartel. But now at the moment, he's got a salsa, and I wish I would have brought it, man. I failed on that one. He's got a salsa. It would have been a perfect gift for you. And we're getting ready to start selling and obviously legalizing everything in order with the FDA and the Food Administration. He even got his license for sanitary, for handling food and stuff like that. Yeah, so he had to go and doing it legit. He's doing it legit. So he's there with my mom's working at her house doing the salsas and came out with a recipe. He got 2-3 salsas. They're based on habanero, and one of them is mango, and the other one is I forgot the other one, mango, and the other one is pineapple. Pineapple's fire, yo. Yeah. I don't only throw it on anything; I cook with it too. I do rice, I throw a little bit of salsa. I do meats, I throw it in there, cook it, start eating with it. Fires, yeah. I wish I would have brought one, but no, for sure, I'm gonna keep you in mind. I'm gonna keep you in mind. I'm gonna give you one.
I need to try that.
It's fire. I blame myself so bad for not bringing one today because I knew I was gonna talk about it, and I was like, oh, I should bring one obviously and give it to her. Okay, cool. And when I left the house this morning, it was awful. I'm always in a rush. Always.
Man, I feel that one. Always. I can't even believe
so many things you try to handle at one time, and at the end you don't do squat.
Like, man, Lord, take the wheel.
Oh, real. But man, I'm supporting him, and my main goal right now is to learn as much as I can in his world because he's very advanced with that.
That's awesome.
And I'm trying to adapt to it. So you can mint music. Mm-hmm. There's platforms like TuneCore and stuff like that where you can get your music out there as producers and artists and get it out there in platforms. And it's the same thing, but it's a different way to collect your royalties, your money for what you're doing, your artwork. So say it's on Spotify, right? Mm-hmm. There's a middleman in between there, you know what I mean, from you and the artist of streaming your music. Mm-hmm. In here, in these types of platforms, when an artist streams or buys or downloads your music, you directly get a token, a value of money in that network, which is whatever it is at the moment, what they're using. And it values money. It goes to your account directly. So the fan streams your music, you get a token. You feel me? It is love. And they don't collect no royalties.
Let them know.
Oh my God. One of them is TuneCore, where there's a lot of platforms right now that are being out there that are doing the same thing, and they're under the network. They're under the what is it called? The NFT world out there. So it's pretty badass. And then not only that, you use it to your advantage. They're got tools where you can able to pitch something to your fans and then have a collectible and a unique 1-out-of-1 item that your fan can keep and buy from you. What? That nobody has, only you, that fan, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is mind blowing.
Yeah.
So dope.
Yeah.
So it works both ways, you know what I mean? It's fans, you know, get what you want out of people that you really want to buy music, and you're helping them grow as well.
That's insane.
You know, and you get something that gets not only means value emotionally, but it gets value in the market because it's a 1-out-of-1. It's a collectible.
So pretty much what you're saying is that as an artist, that if you're creating music, now you can pretty much label it somehow as an NFT?
Yes, correctly. Correctly, yep. It's insane. The world, the game has changed. Take a look at Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg created a world in the metaverse.
Yeah.
You can go and drive around and go into the shop and buy items, buy music that's unreleased, buy mixed cuts that nobody has heard, stuff like that, or stuff that's already out there, merch. You know, he's got a lot of merch.
Yeah.
It's a smart man. So he learned that he could make another asset and create another asset from this. So he got with the right people. He already had a brand, obviously, from back then, and he brought that brand to him. You know, he brought that brand into that world. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty dope. He's doing that exactly. So his music is being minted. He's being there's items. There's a lot of collectible items from him, from the artwork, even from the album artwork. There's a album cover, artwork that he had released. It's the famous one, the one with the dog in the brick wall in the doghouse. So before that release one, there was another one that someone did for him, the team did for him, and somehow they didn't like it. They edited it and they brought out the one they have, the one that we know. Well, he had rights to that because that's a smart man. Snoop Dogg is a smart man. Snoop Dogg owns
everything,
publishing of his music.
Yep.
And his smart man.
Yep.
And he had the opportunity, and he went for the opportunity. And, you know, not a lot of people get that opportunity that are in the same spot or more are like him, you know, with a career like him, you know, that get that opportunity. But he saw it and he went for it. That's a smart man. So he went into the shelf, got that artwork, and put it in the system, put it in the network. Someone bought it for, I don't know how much money, yo. That shit was insane. I was like, no way. Made it an NFT. Like, shit. No way. Something that was in the air a couple years ago. Well, not couple, but like almost 20.
Yep.
It's insane.
I would do that.
So it definitely, it changed the world. It's changing the world. And I'm inspired, and I'm definitely in it. And I inspire other people to definitely at least learn it and get to familiarize yourself with it, because at the end of the day, they're going to use this and it's going to be implemented in the system. And it's a way for us to, you know, get our money, you know, as artists, you know what I mean? There's a lot of platforms that they rip off artists. I mean, you're getting a tenth of a penny for every stream. That's a slap in the face. You know what I mean? For you to pay the producer to make your beat, for you to pay studio time, for you to pay the engineer to master your shit, for you to go in and get the artwork for your stuff, for you to, you know what I mean? It's insane. It's a lot
just for one song.
For one song.
Just for one
and then
song.
for you to get 4,000 views of streams on Spotify a year, get them, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's not right. You know what I mean? That's something's wrong in there. But it's the way it is, you know, it's the way it is, but not no more, you know, it's just, there's a lot of things, a lot of tools that a lot of people can use. So take advantage of that, man. Take advantage of that. Don't close your mind. Don't close your mind on one thing. You know, there's a lot of possibilities, a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Just because one way is the way you got taught that it's the way to do it, it doesn't mean there's not other ways to do things, you know. There's other many ways to do things and get by. But obviously, this profession is very, it takes time, you know, it takes time. Not a lot of people have patience, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you need a lot of patience. You need to learn how to build that patience in this business. As a producer, I can really say that you really gotta love this shit, you know what I mean? You really gotta love it, but at the same time, it's okay to not like it. It's okay. I tell people,
take a break.
I tell a lot of young people that are coming out to me, especially now. I don't know why, but I get a lot of young people that come to me like, "Yo, I want to network with you. I want you to see if I could work with you, and I can even pay you to teach me some things." And then, "Oh, I like your work and this and that." And I get inspired by that. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
You know, people are watching what I do, and that's pretty dope.
And they come to you.
So and they contact me, right? And they contact me and they say, "Hey, how do you do this? How do you do that?" You know, so I take my time, you know what I mean? Because I came from that, you know, I came from zero, you know, and I wish somebody was there. I wish I knew where to go when I was at that time,
now
but
you're
unfortunately,
that person that you needed when you were younger.
Dope how that worked out though, man. But, so I get a lot of young people that ask me that, you know what I mean, that, you know, that are very curious and that want to know. So I help them out, you know, I always give, you know, always at least respond to them and try to, you know, because it's where it comes from. And then not only that, by me doing that, it benefits me without me even knowing, because I end up collaborating, creating something new, something new that we
bigger.
can work around it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it becomes a hit, you know. So it goes on both ways, but it's pretty dope. I mean, I love it. I love it.
Where do you see yourself in like the next 10 years?
And for sure, I picture myself a lot. Before I go to sleep, I always keep these thoughts in my head, because I learned that you are able to attract things that happen in life by simply putting thoughts in your head and repeatedly. So I learned that when I was younger, and I always put myself, okay, I'm doing this. I'm stable. I'm in my house. I got my family good. I got what I need. You know, I don't got much, but I got what I need. You know, like if I'm praying to myself, but I'm putting that image in my head that I'm there, so I could feel it, so I could see it, so I could taste it, in order to attract it more faster. So I always see myself with my family. That's first. I would love to see my family, either if they're not living with me, either I know that I'm close to them, that I'm able to build the house right next to where they are at, where the house where I will future and to give them, you know what I mean? Because that's one of my main goals, to give Mama and Papa a house, you know what I'm saying? So, because they muchly deserve it. Although they have a nice house, they have their own house, but, you know, I would love them. Exactly. I would love it. You know, they have many houses too. They have one in Mexico. But that's where I see myself with my family. Regardless if my spouse is there or not, I would love it to, but if not, you know what I mean? Obviously, you know, there's always a place in my heart for that person, you know what I mean? But I don't know about kids, but even though I made up my mind up when I was young, I have nothing against them. I love kids. I have a lot of nephews. It's just, I don't know. I think it was fear, but not of having them, sino que fear of how things were in reality in this world. I got scared. I got like, you know what? Just the way how it tried to suck me up, it's gonna suck those kids up. You know what I mean? And the minute I put my guards down, it's gonna suck. You know, I'm gonna lose them.
Damn.
You know?
So you think you were scared because of you?
I was more scared of me,
of letting them go,
or saying like not able to be able to, because I was grabbing these examples of my friends and family members where they were struggling and they couldn't support fully 100% to provide to their kids. So they were cutting strings to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So it was very difficult. And while time was going, it was stressful. And I saw that. It was very stressful. Even with one kid, raising a single man, or raising one kid, you know, or even with a couple is hard, you know what I mean? But I saw a lot of single parents, and I was scared of putting my kids in a situation where I was like, you know what what if I had kids with so and so person, and say in 5-10 years me and that person no longer agree on being together. Those kids are gonna feel all that. They're gonna go through that trauma. You know what I mean? Because I obviously, I remember we're going through things when I was young, and I remember seeing things that obviously, being they're kept with me. I only told a couple of people. Honestly, I only told one person. I mean, that's my couple that knows these things, these personal things. But those things do traumatize you. They're in their memory, yo. One day I was dreaming about that shit. I was like, what the fuck? This happened when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like I saw an act. I saw an act.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna say who, but I saw an act, and I shouldn't have saw that at a young age because I fucking had questions after that. What the fuck did I saw? You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, man. I mean, that's. I would say those are my main. I see myself in life doing that. In 10 years from now, family, with family, and doing what I love to do, which is music. It's just the perfect combination. I mean, why not being settled and being good with your family and having them. While I feel so lucky while I still have them, why not enjoy those times with them? Regardless if I have to have a relationship or I have to have some time with a relationship, regardless, my family is always going to be there, top priority, for sure.
What are some dream collaborations that you have?
Yeah, that's dope. I thought about collaborating. Well, I wish I collaborated with some people from, they're not big, but they're local big. Obviously, when I was, and I can say that to you too, and I was there, he's a witness. We had an opportunity kind of with something going on with the Quinto Sol at that moment. And since they're neighbors, and we kind of met one of the brothers in the Tianguis. So at that moment, I was an artist, but I didn't look at it in a different way. Maybe I could have pitched myself different, but we pitched ourselves as artists. And, we gave him the music, but we never got a response back. But that was one of my inspiration. I was growing up in the music world. Quinto Sol was definitely very inspiring.
Shout out Quinto Sol. Shout out Miss Crazy. Shout out Duende.
Oh man, all those.
Shout out Oliver.
No, all those artists. My sister got me into Miss Crazy. You have no idea. When I heard Miss Crazy, I was like, yo, who's this? And man, like, this is her.
A gangster's wife.
Damn, she's dope. What is she?
I love her.
She's dope. I like it. And our new music is pretty, it's like evolved.
She's crazy.
It evolved. I like it.
Crazy.
And that's the thing about being an artist. You have to evolve. Anything. You have to evolve in this business. If you're not ready to evolve, you're not going to take this nowhere.
Absolutely.
You have to evolve. Things change.
Absolutely.
There's different things that are trendy. There's different things that are in. So you have to not follow them, but I think you have to kind of embrace them or somehow or another in order for you to stay relevant sometimes. Unfortunately, it is what it is, obviously, have standards, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Obviously, people are going to know who you are by what you do, and they're going to like it or not. They're going to feel it, you know what I mean? So regardless, I'm trying to say not do it for them, but do it more for yourself. If you love it, do it for you, and then see what else
It's your presentation card.
Yeah, exactly. So do it to the fullest, man. If you're going to do it to the fullest. That's, but yeah.
Any last shows that you have coming up?
Shows, man. I think we have, definitely. I got blanked out for a minute. We have was it winter or spring fest? Not sure. We're having an event in February. So it's a charity event. I have the details. I just don't remember the details that I read on the email. But it's a charity event that's coming up. I do not remember the location because I just got the details, but I know we have one in February. So we're getting ready for that event. With the Kultura Urbana, I know we have one in spring. We changed up the winter one because we wanted to get new ideas and work other projects at the same time. So I believe we're at that stage right now. But in February, we're doing a show. Don't know the location, but we're keep you updated, guys, for sure. That's anything else is going on. Nothing else. The last question that inspired. I forgot to say that there's this artist that I got inspired by. And he still is. He's still a big inspiration. Immortal Technique.
Okay.
That guy is a beast. That guy. Shout out to Immortal Technique. When I heard him, I didn't know that such of artist existed, or that such of MC existed in the world of hip hop or music. I did not know. When I heard him back in the 2000, I was shocked. I was like, no way there's somebody talking about this. Hold up. I started listening.
Whoa.
Not only listening, but that was one of the first times that an artist had made me pick up a dictionary.
Shut up.
No lie. I was like, wait, hold on. What do you say?
What?
Yup. I was like, damn. I was mind blowing. I was like, yo, this is it. This is it. This is the definition of hip hop. Yeah. This is the definition of lyrical artist. You know what I mean? This is what everybody should be on. At that moment, I was like, yo, this is explosive. So I kind of, at that point, I was an artist myself. So it kind of inspired me to be that type of artist. Rebellious, but with the cause.
With a message.
With a message.
Yeah.
So it made me become that. Obviously it didn't last for long because I got involved into the music production, but definitely he was a big inspiration.
Will you get back to making music?
That's a good question. I did. I got a track with my guys and featuring Maui, H Bar Amigos and Rooster Cartel. So we made a track with the group. We made a beat and they liked it, and it was only planned for him and for Indo and Comando, 1881 to be on it. And they were talking about me jumping in it, but I was like, yeah, that's cool. But I was not solid, ready to be on the track. I was like, no, that's cool, you know. I'll let you guys do your thing, you know what I mean? The beat was dope. It was so dope that everybody jumped on it. Everybody wanted to jump on it, so the whole crew jumped on it, yo.
Shout out.
And it made it so hard to
made it a cipher.
It made it so hard to finish it because we were waiting on everybody, you know. Not everybody works at the same pace, so I respect that, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. It was just took us a little while to come out. And it still hasn't released, but it's ready to release the song, and we're actually starting to record the video. For the video. So it's Rooster Cartel, that song. It's a dope track. And I admit we had about 12 bars each because there was 6 of us. And it was a 4-minute track, 5-minute, I think. But it's a pretty dope track. Hopefully this week it'll release and these guys can hear it. Pretty dope. I love it. The guys are always busy and they're very motivated. They did their part on it, and I can't wait to start recording the video. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Shout out to all of you guys.
Hell yeah. Shout out to the crew, man. Kultura Urbana, 1881, Batana Inc., Artemio, RG, Sagad, Amphibious Brother, Uli Lugo, Mustang Medina, you know what I mean? Indo TV. Man, I mean, we're here. I love it, man. I'm here to stay. These guys are my family. No te voy a decir que life is beautiful and peanut butter and roses and, you know, but
we're grinding.
Hell yeah.
We're grinding.
We, you know what I mean? We have our bad moments and we have our differences.
It's okay to have bad days.
Exactly. We work with each other, man. We do our thing, you know what I mean? It's hard though. It's hard.
It's a lot of you guys. That's why.
It's hard hard to have everybody move
on the same page. At the same page, at the same time.
I think that's
Tell me
more
about
challenging.
it. Tell me about it.
Spark that up, blood.
Tell me about it.
I think that's what's more challenging.
All right. To finish up, anything that you lastly want to share with us? Anybody that you want to shout out? Anything like that?
Anything to say? I would say one thing. I'll say one thing. A message to all the people out there on the grind. Anything that you do, anybody out there, young people especially, people my age, and elderly people. I know a guy that's 62 years old and he makes beats off and he lives off of it. So it's inspiring to yourself. That's dope as hell. One message I would say, keep the grind up.
Yeah.
Never let nothing jeopardize your goals, your ambition, your views of what you want to do in life with what you're doing. And that's with anything. I don't care if you're picking up piano. I don't care if you're drilling holes in the wall or you're cutting wood. It doesn't matter what you do, bro. Or you're a bagger at a grocery store. Do it to the best of your ability, bro. Do it to the 100. You know what I mean? Never let nobody jeopardize you. Oh, nah, you do that? Nah, hell nah. You do that, but you do it to the fullest. You do it like no one else does it. Go out there like a hungry-ass machine, like a beast that you were made of. We're all gods, man. We're all gods. We all have the ability to do whatever we want to in the track. So keep that alive. Keep that always alive and keep that in mind. And special shout out to y'all, man. Y'all do y'all thing. Thank you so much for the interview and the invite. I love what y'all do. Cien Mafia family, they were always supportive. I follow you, all you guys on Instagram, and all you guys share and like my posts, and I do as well. So, man, it's all love. When every time you guys are working or see each other, we're always vibing. So it's a blessing. Yep. I love the connection, and hopefully we get to work some projects in the future and more. You know, obviously we get to collab. I know you have your producers here and your artists as well. So I know some of them as well. Shout out to Bulldog and shout out to Cien with G's. And definitely, man. I know I spoke to Cien not too long ago at an event you guys hold, and shout out to y'all. Y'all did an amazing job. Y'all had vendors, and they had a vendor that was making cocktails. And all this time I thought it was a taco shop. I was like, no way.
Shout out to Stay Tipsy mobile bartender.
Definitely.
She's doing her thing, man.
So dope. I got shocked. I was so surprised when I saw that. I was like, good touch.
Yeah.
Good touch. Besides the bartender, besides the people selling alcohol like that was nice and classy. That's pretty dope.
Thank you.
Very dope. I love it.
It's a little upgrade, you know.
Love it.
We felt it.
So cool. So cool. No, yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the music. Shout out to everybody that supports Cultura Urbana. Shout out to the crew. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to my family, the Rivera family. So blessed. My wife, you know who you are. Shout out to you. I love you, girl. And shout out to everybody that's just, out there doing it, tuning in, showing support, obviously. And if this is entertaining you, obviously, man, give this girl a like and a share, man. Come on, show some love. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. I'm out here. Shout out to H Bar Amigos and Maui. Definitely. Hello, brother.
All right.
Yes,
Well, that was it for me. Thank you so much for fucking dealing with my time management bullshit.
No, hell no.
Man, I suck at that.
No, we're good. I'm always, you know what they say about that, though?
I'm always late.
I love, I don't mind because I'm always late as well. But you know what? They do say one thing about late people.
Tell me, please.
Late people are the most important people.
Hey, stop it.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
Okay, the people that show up late are the most important people.
I feel better now.
So you showed up late, and then you were the one, the one of the show. So it don't happen until she gets here. So that was more than important.
My bad. That was my bad.
Not even, man. We were not even here for not even 5-10 minutes. No, hell no. I travel from Gurnee. I live in Gurnee, so it's an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes with traffic.
That.
So yo lo quise, me dijo, hey, let's leave now. I was like, you know what? Good thinking. And we'll hang around and go to the store. We'll go to the flow box, and then that's better because if I leave at 4 or 5, I might leave homegirl waiting, and that's gonna look bad. I don't want to.
No,
I don't want to leave her hanging for an hour and then show up here at 7.
I've been having artists coming out from Indiana, Milwaukee. So I had some people flying in from Vegas. So man, I really appreciate everybody just fucking getting here, trying to get this shit down.
Sí, definitely. Juan, pero definitely no, excusas, man. Estoy más que agradecido por la invitación y como te digo, hopefully in the future, I know for sure we're gonna get some good working.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Well, that was all for me. I'm Ice. This was
Mole Music. You already know. A lot of people know me as Sapo. MoleMusic.com, guys. It's in the sauce.
There you go. You want to share your socials?
Yeah, sure. Follow me on Instagram as Mole Music. Facebook as well. You can follow me on You can follow me at X as Mole Musik. Yeah, man. You want to get in contact with me? Hit up my site. You can always hit up my site, molemusic.com. You get to hear my collection at my library, and get to message me if you need me. Anything that you need me, you can talk to me directly, and I could get to you as soon as possible. So yeah, guys, that's it. Follow and share, man. For sure. Show some love.
Thank you so much. This has been such a fucking pleasure. Thank you so much for coming by.
Definitely has.
It's definitely been fun getting to know you a little.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Personal,
And me as well, definitely me as well. You know, you're such an awesome person. I get to meet your boyfriend, your sister that time at the event. That was very pleasant. That's cool. They're doing their thing. And that was pretty fun, man. I had fun in that show. These guys had a lot of different characters in there. A lot of different characters that I didn't experience before, so that was pretty
Fucking
fun.
clowns.
Yeah, I see some clowns in there.
Fucking clowns, man.
It was a fun night.
But for sure, thank you so much for tuning in.
Yep.
This has been another motherfucking artist interview. Let's tune in till next time. I'm Ice. This is Mole Musik. Stay tuned.
Later, guys.